let's begin, Andy, with some news here potentially. What's the latest? What's going on with the Mets and their attempts to put their starting rotation together?
Actually, I have a few items for you on that one, Sal. Yeah, the Mets are obviously focused on augmenting the top of that rotation with Max Scherzer, finding someone to pair with Scherzer at the top of the rotation. On that front, they met today with Carlos Rodon. That's a pitcher who hasn't been as on the radar as deGrom or Justin Verlander, but they're clearly interested enough to have that meeting. Players obviously interested enough in them to have that meeting, so interested to see if that goes anywhere there. They continue to be interested in Justin Verlander. That's a real thing that they're poking around about and having talks and deciding whether that's going to be a fit. And of course, they're interested in Jacob deGrom. And I do believe that they're going to end up offering deGrom the most money. There's an interesting entrant that I learned today in the deGrom sweepstakes, which is the Tampa Bay Rays. And that's a real thing. And people doubted. They were rumored to be in on Freddie Freeman last year. And it was like, really? And then they were. They made Freeman the highest offer because they offered $150 million with no deferrals. So what the Rays do is try to remain opportunistic and check in on all the big star free agents. There's pretty much never a fit, but they think, hey, why not? And they've heard all the chatter about deGrom wanting to pitch closer to home, and they're like, hey, we're closer to home. They've heard the chatter about deGrom being maybe less than enamored of the big city, and they're like, nobody watches us. You should come here.
Yeah, right.
So there's
you love it here. Yeah. Nobody cares.
There's all that kind of stuff. So do I think deGrom's going to sign with the Rays? I still remain skeptical. But look, we only knew of a few teams in on him, and as we learn of more teams, learned about the Yankees last week, learning about the Rays now, the market for him is more solid than we may have presumed.